Hello everyone, today we will delve deeper into the mysterious life and death of Anne Heche. Let's start with the chaotic day of Anne Heche's accident. On August 5, 2022, the world watched in shock as news broke of her car crashing into a Los Angeles home, engulfing the vehicle in flames. For many, it seemed like a sudden and inexplicable end to a woman whose life had already been marked by tragedy. The media focused on the fiery wreckage, the home that was destroyed, and Anne's grave injuries. But there was something else that caught people's attention: the video of Anne being pulled from the wreckage, alive and apparently struggling to escape her fate. The footage captured Anne Heche being wheeled on a stretcher. Partially covered in a white sheet, her body seemingly intact despite the intense flames. And in a moment that many found chilling, Anne suddenly sat up and tried to break free. This raised countless questions. How could she have survived such a fiery crash with what appeared to be minimal burns? Why was she trying to escape? Was there something more sinister at play? In the days that followed, conspiracy theories began to emerge, and they took on a life of their own. Some pointed to Anne's connection to Congresswoman Jackie Walorski, who had sponsored the Human Trafficking Act of 2014. Walorski had died just a week before and in a car accident of her own, sparking whispers of a deeper, more sinister connection. Could it be a coincidence, or was there a more nefarious link between these two deaths? Supporters of this theory pointed to a pattern they claimed to have noticed: actors, musicians, and public figures who had tragically died in car accidents or under suspicious circumstances, many of whom had been linked to discussions of human trafficking. The idea was that these individuals were somehow silenced, their deaths orchestrated to prevent them from speaking out against the horrors they had witnessed or been involved in. While it's easy to dismiss conspiracy theories as mere speculation, there's no denying the strange coincidences that have fueled these ideas. For those who believe in the theory, Anne's death isn't just a tragic accident, it's a part of something larger, something more terrifying. And for them, the image of Anne Heche struggling to escape that stretcher is a haunting reminder that things aren't always as they seem. But beyond the speculation and the conspiracy theories, it's important to remember that Anne Heche's life was filled with its own very real, very personal tragedies. Anne was born into a family plagued by dysfunction and darkness. Her father, Donald Heche, was a man who led a double life. A choir director and religious man on the outside, Donald was secretly bisexual and sexually abusive. He sexually abused Anne when she was just a toddler, leaving her with scars that would last a lifetime. In 1983, Donald died of AIDS, which Anne later revealed was a result of his secret life. As if this trauma weren't enough, Anne's brother Nathan died in a car accident just a few months after their father's death. And her sister Cynthia passed away as an infant. Another sister, Susan, died of brain cancer. These tragic losses were compounded by Anne's struggles with her mental health. She publicly battled with dissociative identity disorder, and at one point, famously claimed to have an alter ego named Celestia, who was sent to save humanity. These admissions were often ridiculed by the media, but in truth, they were evidence of the immense psychological pain Anne carried with her. Her love life was also marked by turmoil, perhaps most famously with Ellen DeGeneres. Their relationship was groundbreaking at the time, as they were one of Hollywood's first openly lesbian couples. But after their breakup, Anne's mental health deteriorated further, leading to erratic behavior and a public struggle to regain control of her life. When Anne Heche died, many people looked to Ellen DeGeneres for her reaction. The two had been a part of each other's lives during a pivotal moment in history, but their relationship ended bitterly. Ellen's comment after Anne's death was brief and, for some, came across as cold. She simply said, "This is a sad day. I'm sending Anne's children, family, and friends all of my love." For someone who had once been a significant part of Anne's life, the comment felt distant, devoid of the emotion many expected. Perhaps this response spoke to the complex nature of their relationship, or perhaps it was Ellen's way of maintaining her own boundaries in the face of such a public loss. But it left a void. A lack of warmth or personal reflection, that many found unsettling. In a family that seemed cursed by tragedy, Anne often found herself at odds with her remaining siblings and her mother, Nancy, who refused to believe Anne's accusations against her father. The tension between Anne and her family added to the weight she carried throughout her life, as she sought love, stability, and validation in a world that often denied her those very things. She was often portrayed as erratic or unstable, particularly after her high-profile breakup with Ellen DeGeneres. In the year 2000, just after their split, Anne was found wandering in rural California, claiming to be an entity named Celestia sent from another dimension to save humanity. This bizarre incident was widely publicized and led to further scrutiny of Anne's mental state. However, what the public failed to fully grasp was the depth of Anne's psychological pain. Her dissociative behavior was a symptom of the trauma she had endured as a child, trauma that had never been properly addressed or treated. Anne was open about her struggles with mental illness, but instead of receiving empathy, she was often met with judgment and ridicule. Despite these challenges, Anne never gave up on her career or her desire to find happiness. She continued to act, direct, and write, all while trying to navigate the complexities of her personal life. Her relationship with Ellen DeGeneres, while groundbreaking in its visibility, was also a source of heartache. Their breakup was highly publicized, and Anne's mental health only worsened in its aftermath. As the media coverage of Anne Heche's death continued, there was a sense that the full story had yet to be told. The focus remained on the dramatic details of her car accident, the fiery destruction, and the eerie video of her trying to escape. But little attention was paid to the pain and suffering Anne had endured throughout her life. Her tragic upbringing, her struggles with mental illness, and the heartbreak that had followed her were often overlooked in favor of the more sensational aspects of her death, and this is where we, as a society, must reflect. In the rush to consume stories of tragedy and scandal, we often forget the human being at the center of it all. Anne Heche was a talented actress, a mother, and a survivor of unimaginable trauma. Her life was filled with more heartbreak than most could endure, and yet she managed to leave a lasting legacy in the world of film and television. As the media coverage of Anne Heche's death continued, there was a sense that the full story had yet to be told. The focus remained on the dramatic details of her car accident, the fiery destruction, and the eerie video of her trying to escape. But little attention was paid to the pain and suffering Anne had endured throughout her life. Her tragic upbringing, her struggles with mental illness, and the heartbreak that had followed her were often overlooked in favor of the more sensational aspects of her death, and this is where we, as a society, must reflect. In the end, what truly matters is not the conspiracy theories or the sensational headlines, it's the life Anne Heche lived. She was more than just the tragic figure in a car accident, she was a woman who faced her demons head-on, who tried to make sense of a world that had often treated her cruelly. She fought through pain, abuse, and mental illness to create a career in a life that, despite its tragedies, had moments of brilliance and beauty, and Heche's legacy should not be defined by her death but by her strength. She was a survivor, a mother, and an actress who gave everything to her craft. As the media settles down, let us not forget the woman behind the headlines, a woman who deserved better than the hand she was dealt and whose story should be remembered with compassion. Thank you for watching. If Anne Heche's story moved you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's keep discussing the truth behind these tragedies with care and respect. Until next time, remember, there's always more to the story.